That's something that nobody talks about.
I'm against rap beef, period. Like I emphatically stated on the opening track on my World War III album, the last album that I did with No Limit, I actually had my sister speaking as a reporter. And what she said was Mac is firmly against rappers, record labels, and distribution companies that record and release records about other rappers. Because I think that after Biggie and Tupac, we saw where this can go.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
And believe it or not, I still think Drake is a great artist.
Wait a minute. When you say I still think, I think about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake, the back and forth or whatever. Was that something that didn't, when it comes to his star power and the way that his element is and the way that he is, gifted us with what he does, what does that do to a guy like Drake to go through a battle like that some say he might have not won this, some say he lost big, What does that do? You've seen this game. What does that change?
Well, I don't know, enough about the particulars of it to know what it would change or not.
Because they both dope as hell.
Yeah, and they both dope. I think that what Kendrick did right in that battle was Kendrick created an anthem for an actual particular body of people.
Yeah.
And man, that's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah.
When you actually not just you've taken it outside of a personal thing, you've literally made the public feel like they part of it. Like he created an anthem for the West Coast. So when I was out there in California 3 weeks ago, every car that passed literally was playing They Not Like Us.
Like us.
Yeah, and he didn't say he not like me. He said they not like us. And I think that's what really solidified his dominance in that particular battle. Now, as far as Drake is concerned, I still think Drake's his audience is going to still love him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because what he does is something unique that a lot of rappers have emulated over, the past few years, but he's still pretty effective at what he do it. And if you, for the last, I can't even think back of how many years, every year I hear a song from him on the radio.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy feat. Something always have, a #1 song on the radio is not something easy. And but as far as artists, I would, who I would love to do a song with, believe it or not, Lil Wayne.
That could happen. Y'all got so many times down here in New Orleans together, man. He's still, because we're the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired.
I love the hunger Lil Wayne approached every single verse that he raps. He approached it with a hunger that's like, as if he started last night, and as if his life depended on it. And there's very few artists that that still have that type of hunger. You know what I mean? And so that's why he's one of the artists I would just like to do a song with.
The other day I went off on, I be doing reviews right now. I just start doing these things where I just start talking about whatever's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I didn't put a name to it, but Young and Ace, Fulio, they had a back and forth going with Fulio. He ended up passing away. And I was like, man, I don't know the guys. Of course, I don't know the cities, but I do know this one thing about our culture. A lot of times rappers who these little dudes look up to, they'll go to these cities with these little dudes. They'll smoke blunts with these little dudes. They'll hang out with these little dudes. But whenever the beef jump off or somebody could get killed, nobody's saying nothing. And then even if they do say something, even when it all falls down, nobody's speaking out for the youngsters that's still here doing it. How do we start to try to do something to where we can help some of these people? Like I said, we got some very prominent artists, big time artists. I'm not playing. They smoke blunts with these dudes. They hang out with them when they come to their city. They check in with them. Hey man, were you here? But then when things start to fall apart, everybody's quiet. Why is that?
I just think that proximity plays a part of it. I think that just as a whole, and not just with the rappers, but as society as a whole, I just think that until we start wanting for our brother, meaning wanting for others as we want for ourselves, I don't think that'll ever change.
Wow.
Until we do that. I mean, even in prison, I used to sit in the day room and watch the news, right? I watch news every day. You would literally hear guys who have been convicted of the most horrible crimes yelling when they see somebody else get arrested. Well, they gonna fry him. They need to give him 100 years. Why? Because if it's somebody else's family, then I want you to basically slaughter them.
Wow.
But when it's my child, oh Lord, have mercy on my child. Have mercy. Because just as a species, I don't think we've evolved yet to the point where we want for our brother what we want for ourselves. So when you mention these artists and the guys that, know these guys or probably did songs with them or whatever, I think that the proximity is like, he's not my people. So I really ain't tripping. Or this one ain't my, you know what I mean? So I think that's what plays a major part, because if it was yours, if it was your brother, if it was your family, your son, if it was your closest homie, then it'll be different.
Wow.
And I just think we have to change that narrative in particular.
I hope we can. I really, really hope we can figure it out. Like, that's something that nobody talks about.
I'm against rap beef, period. Like I emphatically stated on the opening track on my World War III album, the last album that I did with No Limit, I actually had my sister speaking as a reporter. And what she said was Mac is firmly against rappers, record labels, and distribution companies that record and release records about other rappers. Because I think that after Biggie and Tupac, we saw where this can go. And I think that, as much as we say that it's a blood sport, or we say that it's competition, and it is. At one time, it was what we did. Battling was what we did. I was a battle rapper.
Yeah.
But at some point, we have to acknowledge that this is going too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I think just we have to take a look at that. Not saying that tomorrow all songs need to be kumbaya.
Yeah.
But just saying that we have to take a look at ourselves and consider that maybe this is just going a little too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%, because if we're not going, especially if we're not going, the elders are not going to step up, because there is a structure there.
Yeah.
But I think everybody, like you said, if it don't hit close to home, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I think that's
so many people benefit from it,
bro.
So many people making money off it too.
And
I mean, beef sells.
It sells.
It sells. It generates wealth. It sells out concerts. People want to know who the person that's beefing with so I'm going to see him perform, because I know he's going to talk that and then they're going to go see the other one. I mean, it's marketable.
What did you think when you come home and you see, and I know you seen it when you was locked up, you heard about it, how these people disrespectfully go to one's grave after they passed away?
And yeah, I've heard about that kind of stuff.
No, this never happens.
Seen it.
This happens with the younger generation. I'm just telling you, I've seen it, and it's just, what do you think about that for somebody to go past?
Right. I think it's a reflection of how far we've gone, just how lost and how angry we became at one another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, the reality is, if I hate you, then it really don't matter. No rules.
That's what they say. It ain't no rules in there.
Ain't no rules in war if I hate you, right? So unfortunately, how the roots, the true question is, how did we get here?
Wow.
How did we get to a point where we hate this person so much that, I mean, whatever you do to his grave, he can't feel it. I'm more taken aback by guys who, I want you, I'll shoot your mama.
Wow.
I'll shoot your, you know what I mean? It's like, man, what happened to the Tony Montana rules? What happened to the no women, no kids? What happened to us, having certain boundaries? Not saying that negativity in it, evil in itself is ain't no, wrong has no what's the word I want to say? Wrong has no boundaries.
Yeah.
But we did.
We did.
Even though wrong has no boundaries, we had certain things that we weren't willing to do. But I just think that at some point we've accepted things as part of our culture that are directly destructive to us.
Wow.
The hell with right or wrong, because right or wrong is subjective.
Wow.
We've accepted things that are destructive to us.
Crazy.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.